Here you go. Here you go. KD didn't have nothing outside of his skill level. He had height and skill level, bro. He had athleticism. Height and athleticism. Everything else he had to work on. That nigga wasn't physical like no LeBron or nobody. So don't even start the cap with that, man. Welcome back to Hoopy Stories podcast, where we put basketball in proper perspective. I'm Diddy Knows Ball, that's Ray. And white boy Chris, and probably little Chris will be joining us later. But for now, you got us too. But yeah, what you were saying? Go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying, what's it called? People be forgetting that. People be forgetting. It's a few things that Kobe didn't have from the jump that a lot of all-time greats had. One of them is the keys. He had to ride the backseat on his first 2 years. You remember when you finally when they finally let you ride the front seat?
Yeah.
But you wasn't driving still. That was Kobe in his third year. And his fourth year, really.
I mean, I ain't gonna stop. I want to hear you and Ticket. Not Ticket, but well, yeah. Not even you and Ticket. You and Chill Town. Which one of them don't got Kobe high enough? That's Chill Town.
Yeah, Chill Town got a number 11. That's wild.
Did you hear the Chris Broussard Ticket interview?
I heard bits and pieces of it.
I mean, you follow well, you be on the channel page too sometimes, right? With the people I be following. So I think I follow Ticket on there, but he didn't do a good job defending Kobe. I really was
that
thinking
one dude that was on that one dude that was on there. Not that other basketball player. I can't think of his name now.
Oh, Chris Copeland.
There you go. Not him. It was the other guy on there. He defended Kobe pretty good. Well, Copeland kind of defended him too, but the other dude that was on there really was the one that really defended Kobe, in my opinion, pretty good.
You talking about from the Chris Broussard interview?
It was 4 people on there.
Mr. Maz, the dude.
Okay, yeah. There you go. Yeah. But man, the fact that Kobe basically got a late start or a late jump to his career, and all other all-time greats from day one had the keys handed to them, that should show you just how great Kobe is. Because I guarantee you, if you told any other all-time great, hey, you're not really going to start getting playing time to your third year, and even when you do, you're not going to be the number one guy till about your 6th or 7th season, then we're going to pull the same person that was the number one on your team. We're going to pull him from your team, and you're going to have to struggle with a lottery pick team, and you still managed to get them to the playoffs, but you don't got enough help to get them out of the first round. And then we're gonna bring you some help out. You tell anybody that before they start their careers, more than likely they're not going to turn out to be an all-time great.
Yeah.
See, you can't name another all-time great that had a career like Kobe's.
I'm trying to think.
Jordan came in from day one, the man. He had Orlando Woolridge. He was giving you about 28, 30 points. But Jordan was the man still, because Jordan was giving you that same thing and more.
But Ray, you got to remember too, though, Kobe was the number one player in high school. Like he did go to prom with Brandy. Kobe wasn't no secret. His daddy did play in the league.
The year before that, didn't they pick the number one player in high school out of KG?
You got a point.
So I mean, and KG didn't have the keys from day one. And guess what? Exactly. But Kobe is the only one to have a career like that and is even considered in the top 5 to top 10 range.
So let me ask you this question, Ray. What do you be hearing that's the most disrespectful about not putting Kobe in the top 3s, the top 5s?
Because we literally watched it when people were saying Kobe versus Jordan when he went to that Boston. The first time they played Boston. The first time, not the last time, the first time he played Boston. That's why people say, I've never heard nobody say that he was even top 5 until after he died. Just say you wasn't outside. It's okay to say you just became a basketball fan after Curry and LeBron started dominating. It's okay to say that.
Yeah.
But don't say back in the 2000s, everybody was saying, man, Kobe running this thing. Even when Duncan was winning, people still saying Kobe was running this thing.
So you think the 2 to 3 years without Shaq, when Kobe was kind of had the Lakers and Kobe and the Lakers was in limbo, do you think that that's too much of a knock along with the one MVP?
Well, you say that first part. You said the 2 to 3 years. What?
Post Shaq, like when they was kind of in limbo. Post Shaq, pre Gasol.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people hold that too much against him?
People fail to realize not only did they take Shaq away, they took the key role players from those championship runs away too. The only player that was left was Luke Walton. That's the only player that was left from and was Luke Walton even on the actual championship team that actually won?
Let me see real quick.
I know he was on the last one against Detroit. Bro. I know he's on the Detroit finals for sure.
He done won 2 of them. The 2 he won was the 08, 09, and 09, 10.
Yeah, oh. he must have came. His rookie year must have been the Detroit what's called finals in.
Yep, 03, 04.
So he the only one that even came from the era that played with Shaq and Kobe. The rest of them was new.
Okay.
That's a whole new team.
The roster, let me go through the roster with you real quick because it was Trevor Ariza, Shannon Brown, Kobe, Bonham, Farmar, Fisher, Gasol, Binga, Mim, Morrison, Odom, Josh Powell, Radmanovich, Vujacic, Soon Yi, and Luke Walton.
He was on. I remember they were saying he was supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah. Bro, people forget it was only a few real veterans on their team too that were getting actual playing time. Because Trevor Ariza was in his 4th year.
Yeah, he was a young
Brown was in his 3rd. Brown was in his 2nd. People forget that too, right?
Yeah. I remember Brown at Michigan State. All I knew, I was like, this dude can jump. That's when he had the braids still.
Bro, like, this roster is really not that impressive, bro.
It's not. But when you got an all-time great on a roster like that, they can make something work.
Ray Nard, that roster was not impressive, for real. Not if you just compare it to other championship rosters. Let me look at this Celtics roster. Say, bro, I don't think people do a deep enough dive on that Boston Celtics team, bro. That team looked unsurmountable as a kid. You remember what you was thinking when that team got assembled, right?
Yeah.
Like, and what that meant just for Kobe, period. Like, that was people forget that seemed like a steep uphill battle, man. Because it just was kind of deflating when they made the move. Because everybody thought what, right? That's an automatic championship. I think that's one of the first teams that we thought like that with, right? It has to be. Where we're just like, no, there's no doubt from the beginning of the season, preseason, to the finals. This is a no doubt they finna win the championship. I think that's the first one.
When Kobe and Powell got together, when they made that trade in the season, and I seen how the Lakers was looking, I started changing. I was like, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. I knew both of them was gonna be in the finals.
I knew that too. I didn't think the Lakers was gonna win, and they didn't. I was hoping they was gonna win, but I
But
just
some
thought they
factors changed though. Because in the finals, you gotta remember, we didn't have Bonham or Reza.
yeah.
So when the finals started, I was questioning. I'm like, that's gonna be a lot to ask of Pau Gasol to have to go against Perkins, to have to go against what's it called, KG, and there was another dude that was. This is before I think she got there. Leon Poe, I think, was there. I was like, he battling three bigs by himself. Lamar
Can I
Odom ain't
tell
really a
you
true
the Celtics
big, so
roster? Because this is just compared against their Lakers roster. They had Ray Allen, Tony Allen, Marquise Daniels, Glenn Davis, Michael Finley, Kevin Garnett, J.R. Giddens, Eddie House, Lester Hudson, Oliver Lafayette, Marcus Landry, Kendrick Perkins, Paul Pierce, Nate Robinson, Rajon Rondo, Brian Scalabrine, Henry Walker, Sheldon Williams, and Rasheed Wallace.
shout
Out of
out
all
white
the
man.
names, it sound like 8 or 9 names, bro. That was legit guys on the team, bro.
You can say Marquise Daniels was a solid role player. Nate
Yep.
Robinson was a scoring, a microwave scorer off the bench. Glenn Davis was a knockdown midi and a solid defender. Um, we already know about the three obvious Hall of Famers. Well, really, Rondo might be a future Hall of Famer in my opinion. Um, so really, four potential Hall of Famers. You got Tony Allen, who Kobe said is the greatest defender he ever even went against. That's man. Did you name off Eddie House, or was that the? He
Yep.
wasn't on that team. Okay,
Nah, Eddie House was on there.
another knockdown shooter. Like
Yep.
they had man, that's crazy, and that's before they got Sheed
Nah, Rasheed Wallace was on that team.
on the 08 team.
Yo, this the team that Lakers beat.
No, that's 2010 then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you was talking
I finna
about
say
the
I
08 team?
finna say on 08, I don't think she. I thought you was named off the 08 team, but then I was like, no, I don't think Nate Robinson was there yet. But still, that's the thing. That's crazy. They already had a stacked team, and they still was trying to like.
They had more. They added
Up
more.
the volume. Yeah.
That's why you don't remember. That's why I used to say that run for Kobe was more impressive than anything LeBron has done, in my personal opinion. Because when you talk about a super team, the only team that LeBron faced that was a better super team than that was the KD Warriors, and he got demolished by them. So
people, hey, I put that Celtics team against any team he faced. Celtics gonna any team that think they about to go out there and have a great shooting series, think again. You got to find another way to win. You gonna have to find another way to win because you are not gonna have. That's gonna be your worst shooting series.
How you feel about when he said, but Kobe played like trash in Game 7? Chris Broussard said that, but Kobe let both teams.
We forget that we forget what he did on the road in Boston to even get them to that Game 7.
Yep. 38.
I want to say 5 in games 5 and 6. I remember
that was Game 4. Game 4 he had 33. Game 5 he had 38.
Okay.
And they both, yeah.
I want to say it was Game 5, and he had that crazy third quarter, wasn't it?
Let me see. It probably was. But so why do you feel like people always just bring up that Game 7 and how he shot? Like,
that's the only argument they ever had with Kobe is his shot selection.
Oh yeah, Kobe made.
You can't dissect anything else about Kobe other than his shot selection. He has everything else. But people fail to realize too, Kobe put his team in situations, he gave them the ball. If he realized the situation was too big, like that moment was too big for them, he gonna take that. He'd rather take the blame than him passing the ball and they missing the shot and they taking the blame for the loss.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, some people might look, that's a dumb way. That's a dumb way to approach the game. Hey, he got 5 championships, and you can say he got carried in 3 of them, and I'll say you lying. He only really got carried in 1. We know why he got carried in the first one because he had that injury. And the Indiana Pacers said out of their own mouths that was an intentional foul, like an intentional injury. That was intent to harm Kobe because they knew what he was. So that's what people try to put smut on his name, and so notice Kobe every time, even when Kobe was alive, we ain't never heard Kobe even speak on the haters.
He didn't even hate LeBron James, and that kind of pissed me off.
Like that's the one thing that always stuck out to me about Kobe. Kobe was being disrespected when he was alive. And all he did was go out there and torch people. He never spoke to the media. Oh yeah, this was for so and so. He just, man, you know, when you put the time and effort in, like he'll say stuff like that. Like he'll just credit it to his hard work. Like I don't think people even catch that. Like it's a lot of times Kobe could have easily went up to these guys' shows. Oh yeah, I heard you was saying such and such about me. Say it now. And they would have been up there fanboying. Nick Wright, Colin Coward, anybody on ESPN. Like, man, I remember, man, the first time I was introduced to Stephen A. Smith when I was getting into sports is because he used to always have Kobe on there.
Yeah.
People forget that. He used to be a Kobe fanboy. On there with that, trying to be a smooth R&B DJ or something. That boy, now he was trying to talk crazy, and he didn't do that back then.
I will give Stephen A. his props. When LeBron didn't win, he was critical of LeBron, and he was saying Kobe. He still was saying Kobe at that time.
Oh no, he true to Kobe. I'm never gonna take that away from him. He true to greatness.
Yeah.
Like as much he has said some things and did some things that I ain't always agree with how he went about it. But as far as when he's speaking on great players and greatness in general, he gonna be pretty consistent with his criteria.
Because I just kind of, it's just the reason why we open up the show like this, y'all, because we listened to the Chris Broussard ticket conversation, and it was just very interesting how just, in my opinion, Chris Broussard just kind of, he brushed Kobe off. Like, listening to the conversation, right, he was brushing Kobe off. And when he, you know how I am, I've been talking the efficiency thing with Kobe. Like what I knock with Kobe, me personally, even though that's my favorite player, he gave me my best basketball moments when watching the NBA, because he the first player I watched and was like, I want him to win a championship, and he was winning championships. Like, I was like, man, I want him to win. And it wasn't guaranteed. Those championships wasn't guaranteed. That's another thing. Like, I ain't gonna say every championship LeBron got, but pretty much every championship LeBron got was pretty much guaranteed. Like, it was a good chance of him winning the mugs. And that's another thing when it comes to Kobe, his last 3 finals appearances. None of them was guaranteed, bro. Like, you can have your faith and be like, man, it's my team. I want them to win. I think we can do it. And it's another thing to be like, man, we finna kill these dudes, like the 2018 Warriors or something. You see what I'm saying? Like, Kobe was never on them teams post-Shaq. Everything was a grinded out. We earned it. The West was tough. And our finals matchup is going to be tough. Like, LeBron James, people were saying he was the best player in the world at that time. He lost to Orlando. Orlando was a new type of team, in terms of play style. Dwight Howard was a dominant defensive player. They had shooting all around them. Team was deep. You know what I'm saying? Jameer Nelson had a great all-star season that year. That Orlando team wasn't no slouch. They got him out of there in 5, bro. They got him out of there in 5. And I just feel like because I now I don't know where to put Kobe because it's hard to put Kobe like where I really want to put him just because I'm a dude. You know, I look at stats, I look at accolades and stuff like that, and it just the one MVP, the shooting percentage, and that's pretty much it. But when you look at the resume, you look at the body of work, and say fuck the stats, Kobe could be right there with Michael Jordan. Kobe could be right there with Kareem. He won championships. They won 6. He won 5. No, how many did Kareem win? 5? Or he won 6?
Kareem won 6.
So it's like I'm torn, right? But do you get why I'm torn though? And I'm not as dismissive as Chris Broussard. That was kind of disrespectful. But I'm starting to rethink it the more you talk because he did overcome a lot. He did prove the doubters wrong. And he did show up. Because he brought up that Kobe was inefficient in the Boston series and he had a bad game 7. But Kobe led the whole series, both teams in scoring outside of one game when Ray Allen went for 32 in game 2. But other than that, Kobe led every single game in scoring. Kobe had 1, 2, 3, and he had 3 30-point games. And one of them was a 38-point game in game 5. He did have a third quarter, like you said, in game 4, where he scored 19 points in the third quarter. Or was it 17? 17 or 19 points in that third quarter. And I feel like even me, I can say I'm a victim of this. I do get to looking back at stats because Ray, you know me, my memory bad. I remember certain things, and you remember when a dude was nice, but when it comes to remembering like the full context of the situation, I do go and look at the stats and be like, ooh. But like now, you kind of gave me a jolt into what it really was. That 3 championship those 3 finals appearances, that was very impressive. And to be 2-1 against the teams he faced, that was very impressive, bro. And I think, man, Kobe the greatest player I ever seen. And I was trying to make it because it seemed crazy to say that because of just how long LeBron been doing it and what he got in terms of accolades and even what we've seen with our eyes, what he's able to do physically, and stuff like that. But talking to you just right now, it's just like it's more than that. Basketball is more than that, and it's just like mentality, will, like determination, like the faith in the work. You see what I'm saying? It's like that's what Kobe represented. And they kind of like just our little conversation, and they conversation kind of made me just think on it. And I was just like, man, I gotta talk to Ray because it's like you really like one of the most rational people I know. Like, like and it's just like, man, but you would think somebody is crazy if they would have Kobe Bryant as their greatest player of all time. But when you really look at it, and if you was there, like you said, one outside, you know. So if I'm 27 years old, Kobe Bryant was the greatest player that I ever seen, and you said it in stone. I was trying to not give in, even though that was my favorite player. I was like, man, it's unrealistic. I can't just say that this whoop whoop whoop. But man, them championships, the eye test, and just remembering those feelings, it's like that dude was the greatest player I've ever seen. But because I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, if anybody could defend Kobe, I know it's Ray. I don't feel like Ticket did a good job. I feel like I like Ticket and whatever. But it's just like, man, sometimes you can't just argue for argument's sake. It's just like, man, we gotta have a real basketball conversation because that GOAT debate is very important to basketball fans because, man, as a fan of basketball, shit, we want to see the greatest players play. And we got to talk about them realistically and in the right context. And it's everything combined. It ain't just stats. It ain't just eye tests. It ain't just accolades, awards. It's everything combined. And at the end of the day, what did you produce? So, yeah. You ready to get into the show, though, Ray?
Yep.
Damn, that was crazy, fool. Because I that's why I want, man, yeah. We had to do that just because I ain't heard a real honest, true Kobe talk in a long time. And it's crazy because I was there. But well, I think
it's the cool thing to hate on Kobe. That's the narrative they push.
It's crazy, man. So we know that the 76ers swept Brooklyn. I don't think I never felt like Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn was gonna win that one game. I think that was game 3 where I felt like they actually could win. They was in their game 4 a little bit, or it was at 2 and 3.
Game 2, they had the lead at the halftime in game 2.
Yeah, game 2 and 3.
And in game 3, in third quarter, it just got ugly.
Yeah. But those are the only 2 games where I feel like they was playing up to par with 76ers. So they moving on and they face the winner out of Celtics and Hawks. Pretty much, I think it's gonna be the Hawks. I mean the Celtics, because the Hawks, they not, you know what I'm saying? They just not scary enough. But what would a Celtics 76ers series look like? Because I was just
the only chance that the Sixers got is if Harden and Embiid go out there and go crazy.
It's my thing though, Ray. Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey been balling. They've been balling. Like Tyrese Maxey is at 20, 22, and 5, basically. And he was shooting like 47%, 50% from 3. Like he was ball and I feel like those 2 players, and if you just have Embiid and Harden facilitate the ball, I think 76ers actually got a chance because who can stop Embiid in the Celtics series?
I think they're just so defensive minded as a team. They're gonna be showing a lot of help side defense. They're probably gonna double from the get go, so he ain't gonna have a lot of 1-on-1 opportunities. Their defensive presence is gonna affect Embiid way more than what Brooklyn was doing. Brooklyn was just too small.
But you know, Tobias Harris averaged 29 and 2. Brooklyn too small, but I'm saying Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris was balling. Tobias Harris averaged 29 and 2, and he shot.
You think he about to average 29 against the Celtics?
But this is what I'm saying, right? If he got the ability, we all know Tobias Harris when he's aggressive and he's actually hooping, how he can hoop. And he had some playoffs. He had a pretty good playoffs last year. We like to kill Tobias Harris because how much he get paid, but Tobias Harris can hoop. And Tyrese Maxey
ball, but the average 29?
No, 20 and 9.
Oh.
Tobias Harris can get 20, bro.
I don't know. It always sounds like you remember being in school hooping?
Yeah.
Or playing against certain teams when we was hooping, and you play against the real deal, and you like, man, why ain't your shot falling like it was against so and so? Hey, that's the truth though. I seen people play lights out against competition that they know they're supposed to beat. They play against another team that's a top ranked team or someone on the same level as them, and people start shrinking.
So you think Maxey and Tobias Harris not gonna play as well as they did?
Maxey gonna play hard regardless. Now to say whether he gonna average 22 in this series, I don't know that for a fact. I think he can get you about. I think he's gonna get at least about 18 to 20 this series. He might get the same average, but Tobias Harris, the only one I'm really just kind of looking at like, is he gonna be consistent?
Tobias Harris don't got a bad resume in the playoffs. It was never his fault. He's a fourth option. As a fourth option, you got to judge him as a fourth option.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's assuming that Harden and Embiid gonna show up.
Okay. But I'm saying if they show up, because I gotta assume Embiid gonna show up and Harden gonna at least be what he's been. But I'm saying with the sustain, if they sustain this, if Tobias Harris stay at 20, if Tyrese Maxey stay at like 20, 22, if Embiid stay at what he's at, and if Harden stay, would that be enough with how they're currently playing, how they currently played against Brooklyn?
I don't think they play the defense that Boston played.
I don't think Boston played that bad. I mean, Brooklyn played that bad of defense, bro. They couldn't score. It was struggling scoring. You got to think about it. You got Finney Smith over there. You got Mikal Bridges over there. You got Claxton over there. You got Dinwiddie, a good defender. Cam Johnson a good defender. They was playing some defense. I mean, I mean, they got that one game where Philly scored 121, but everything like every other score, it was not Philly won by it was 96-84, 102-97, 96-88. They only had one game where they went extra high, and that was that 121 win. So they've been playing some defense. You see what I'm saying though? Like they've been playing defense. I just feel like, man, Maxey and Tobias Harris been hooping, right? And it just is what it is.
I'm not gonna say I'm just too much impressed with them being a defensive presence against the Nets when they only got to worry about one or two guys on offense.
Okay, I can get with that point. So you think they wasn't having to worry on defense, so they just let the offense flow?
Yeah, they only got two guys over there that can really create on their own. I don't know what Spencer did when Dinwiddie was doing. He should have just became a spot up or something.
He should have just. I don't know. I'm disappointed in Dinwiddie. We gonna get to our underachievers list too. I ain't gonna say underachievers. I'm just go throw out the stats.
Worst performers in the playoffs.
Yeah, in round one. Because I was like, we gonna get to that. But let's get back to this Celtics 76ers series. So how do you see it going if you think 76ers can't win? Because I think 76ers got a chance if Maxey and Harris continue to ball.
I think it's gonna go 6.
Why you got Celtics winning? Why you got Celtics winning?
They just got in my opinion, they just got a deeper team. Everybody naming off of starters. I ain't heard no bench talk.
But when you got 4 starters, they can get you 20 a game. Shit,
that's all they scoring.
I think 4 dudes is enough, depending on the caliber of dudes. And I feel like
so when Boston got 2 guys that can give you 30, they got Malcolm Brogdon, they got Derek White, they got Marcus Smart defense, they got Robert Williams as a defender and a rebounder, they got Al Horford as just, hey, I can get you about 10 to 12 points. I can guard multiple positions. Like they got a championship put together team. You're naming out people that can just score. What other players on a team brings championship caliber characteristics? Scoring is not the only thing that's going to get me to the championship.
But Philly been a top defense all year too, though. My thing is, I don't see why you just
only because of Joel Embiid.
I think Embiid might be a little hurt. They said he might be wearing a knee brace.
Yeah, but he sprained his knee. He didn't play game 4.
But so I'm just gonna assume it's a healthy Embiid. I feel like with a healthy Embiid and with them dudes over there playing like they was playing hard, they're all hitting the 3 too. Harden shooting like 42% from the 3. He playing like shit from the 2, but from the 3 he's shooting over 40. That boy Tobias Harris was shooting 50. Maxey shooting over 40 or around 40. I feel like if you try to double Embiid, they've been splashing, and I feel like can't nobody really stay in front of Maxey. They got a chance, bro. I'm picking Boston just because
I know you've been watching Boston. I know you have.
I
Like
mean,
I can't even see you saying that with a straight face.
no, I know Boston.
Like, if
I
you
know
think
what
that
they are.
Maxey is gonna have one-on-one opportunity, you don't understand how much Boston actually plays help defense or team
No,
defense. Like,
I
so
think
when he
Maxey
starts
just.
driving, somebody is showing, and right when he
But
think he
this
can
one,
kick out somebody open, somebody's already rotating. They the
right?
most
I get
disciplined
all that.
defense in the league, not in the playoffs, in the league. They're the most disciplined team on defense.
Right, I get that. I really do. But I feel like Embiid is what, a top 3 one-on-one player that you would say. You look at James Harden. He's a what, a top 10 point guard right now. You look at Tyrese Maxey. In terms of third option, he's a top 5, 6 third option right now. You look at Tobias Harris. He's the best fourth option in the league. Like bro that come off the bench, the guard. He's a good bench guard.
To my Melton,
Yes. They got a legit five players that are really good. But I get Boston got 9 or 10, and then they got 2 superstar wings. But if you look at Embiid, he's an MVP candidate. You look at James Harden, he's been an MVP and he done adjusted his game with his age, and he's the assist leader. Tyrese Maxey's been getting 22, and we know what he does when he gets an opportunity. Tobias Harris is a fourth option, clearly cut. Nobody says he's anything more, but we can also say he's the best fourth option in the NBA. I get Derek White has been having a like a all-time year for him. I'm pretty sure, but Al Horford looked kind of a little shaky them last couple games against Atlanta. I'm gonna watch this game later on. Uh, Jaylen Brown has kind of been saving Tatum. Tatum ain't been shooting bad, but he ain't been playing too great. I'm just talking about what we've been seeing right now, like based off right now. I know what Boston is and what they can be, but Marcus Smart kind of fell off. Malcolm Brogdon been great, but it's like they're beatable, bro. Like they ain't been. It's been a couple games where it's like you ain't never felt Atlanta was gonna win, but then it's like they wasn't just stomping Atlanta outside of game 1. So it's like, man,
I mean, they
I just
stomped in the
don't.
game too, but
Yeah,
Atlanta towards the end, Atlanta trying to kind of made it look like it was a little bit closer than what it was, but
but I'm just saying, Ray. It's like I get what Boston is. I really do, and I do think if I had to put money on it, they the best team in the league. Them in Denver, but Denver is in a dog fight right now. Well, they getting their ass whooped by Minnesota right now. So it's
hey
like,
man, I told you what your boy said, man. What Ant said, man. It ain't over. It's the first one to fold.
we'll talk about that later. But let's just wrap up this conversation. So you say Celtics in 6. I feel like it's gonna go 7 depending on Embiid health, and then with that, in a game 7, man, I'm going Embiid over Tatum, and I think Jaylen Brown will, you know what I'm saying. But I think, man, you got PJ Tucker over there. You got Shake Milton over there. They got some defenders. Not Milton, Milton. I hate when they be having 2 dudes the same type of name. But
They say one got the
Milton
I, one got the E.
Milton over there, like 76ers, man.
They
I feel
getting
like they got the
cooked, man. I'm
perfect size
sorry.
to play
I know
Boston.
you want to. I know you want to play devil's advocate and the what ifs and the hypotheticals, but man, what is gonna happen? Boston gonna run them boys off the court. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Okay. We'll move on. So I got a couple more questions for you, and you can tell me when you want to get to the best case scenario for the Lakers round 2. Surprised by the Warriors even up the series. Could the Suns beat the Nuggets? And who's the disappointing players in round 1? Which one you want to go to next?
Well, since round one kind of going on still, we can kind of say that for another episode.
Okay.
And say because
So
we never But even though I know it's some players I can name off the top of my head right now that I know ain't nobody gonna move past them on that list.
You want to talk about the Suns and if they could beat the Nuggets, but I can't even do that one no more because this series might end up tied. Or it'd be 3-2. So I don't even know if we can do that one. Let's talk about the Warriors. Man.
Surprised by the Warriors even.
Because this is what I'm saying. Because you remember we was talking about we knew they was not a good road team. And they actually stuck with those. They actually stuck with the Kings in those 2 games. So it was like
y'all laughed. You and Chris laughed at me when I said I'll never count the Warriors out. When you got that much championship experience, it's hard to go against them. We seen this time and time again when they got a healthy roster.
But Ray, I never said they couldn't beat the Kings. I didn't think they could make no finals run. You think they could make a finals run?
I said never count them out. I said they're gonna make a finals run.
See, but I said they could beat the Kings, but especially at home. Remember, I said after the Kings won 2 straight home games, I was like, bro, that the Warriors been trash on the road all year. I said that, so I was like, man, we gonna see when they go home. And I didn't really pick the Kings to beat them at home, neither game really, because I'm like, man, we know the Warriors are at home. I think they had the second best record at home in the league. So it's like I wasn't surprised by the Warriors even up the series, but I will say I think the Warriors found something that might be interesting because it probably just for this series too, because people got to understand stuff be a series by series basis in the NBA in the playoffs, especially because you can play Looney and Wiggins in the front court. I feel like that's the separator right now because like everybody can shoot now, and it's more space for Jordan Poole. Because the first couple games, Jordan Poole couldn't get off. It was kind of clogged lane when you got Looney and Draymond on the court. You see what I'm saying? And he wasn't finishing those layups. I feel like when they moved Wiggins to the 4 and they put Looney at the 5 and Draymond on the bench, they opened the floor up for Poole, and Poole was finishing. These layups, especially last game. I ain't checked the stats, but just with the eye test, it felt like Poole has been opened up by pushing Draymond to the bench. How you feel about that?
I mean, yeah. I felt like it was a smart move, especially how it went in Game 3 without Draymond being there. And just like the old school saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they said, okay, let's see how I look again, and they struck gold with it. So I liked what I seen from their offense. The offense ran much smoother. I feel like sometimes it can get kind of stagnant. I know people love to see Draymond kind of facilitate, but sometimes it can become a little bit stagnant at times. And when you got 2 ball handlers out there, and also a guy, Andrew Wiggins, who can create his own shot, along with just 4 shooters along between Wiggins, Klay, Steph, and Poole, and all you got to worry about is having 1 rebounder. Man, I don't know. It's 2 players on the Kings right now. And I'm very disappointed in Herter and Sabonis.
Oh, you stole my thunder, bro. I told you Sabonis was trash, bro. I've been telling you all year. Sabonis, come on, bro. This dude ain't got 2 post moves. He got that same post move. He just try to back him down, and he try to do that little ugly hook shot.
He couldn't back down Klay Thompson.
Bro, I told y'all was trying to say he was a baby Jokic, and y'all was trying to say this, y'all was trying to say that. He ain't protecting the rim. That boy ain't getting to the rim. That boy look weak, bro. He can't hit a midi.
I see Mike Brown call that timeout that who drove to it was 4 Kings jerseys in there, and somebody who was that? Was that Steph? It might have been Steph. Boy, Mike Brown called that timeout so fast. I was like, yeah, that's terrible.
Malik Monk fell off too, right? Nope. Ain't no
when they say he fell off.
Bro, his last 2 games was terrible. We need you to be good on the road. He was at home. He front running at home, and then even that second game, he didn't play all that. But the last two
Yeah, he
games,
didn't play
man,
good that second game for sure.
that dude
Shot
was
like 30%, I think, from the field.
that dude shot 11%, bro, in game 3. I mean, yeah, game 3. Game 4, this boy shoot 36%. Like, man, Malik Monk the last 2 games been disappointing too. And even game 2, he really only had one good game.
Game 1.
Man, get these dudes out of here. Everybody talking about Monk. Man, that way Monk, Herter, and Sabonis are trash, bro. Get De'Aaron Fox up out of there, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna do that because people think
I ain't gonna lie though. When they set that play up, when they had that pick for Barnes, I wish it would have been Murray who set that pick because Murray was on fire all game.
Yeah.
I was like,
he had a real. I hope they found something with him. He had a really good game, and he got the perfect body type. I done seen him shut down Wiggins like a couple plays in that game. So I feel like Keegan Murray for the future, especially if Keegan Murray can become what he looked like he could become in that last game, that's something that they just found. That's some good.
He was looking like a young Klay out there. I'm like, this dude here can't miss.
Davion Mitchell need more burn too. I was impressed by Davion Mitchell on defense. You know, Fox go be Fox, and I really like Keegan Murray in the last game. I feel like those 3 right there is a real core of the Kings going forward. I feel like you can play Mitchell with Fox more because Mitchell, he not big, but he got big heart. It's like, I know that shit sound corny, but I feel like he can guard both ones and twos. And Fox pretty good defender too.
They got him listed as 6'2". David Mitchell don't look that tall. He got to be
I don't think he's 6'2". Yeah, I don't think he's 6'2".
Yeah. I mean, he ain't no little guy though. As far as like, just you can tell, you can just look at him and be like, yeah, that ain't no little guy. Height wise, yeah, but just like weight room wise, no.
See, Ray, people forget him coming out. You know who his comparison was supposed to be?
Who?
Donovan Mitchell. That's what type of athlete he is. Like, especially in college.
They just saying the first initial of his name and his last name and said, yeah, let's just go on and compare him to Donovan Mitchell.
Boy, you better go look at that Baylor championship run, them highlights. Davion Mitchell was out there splashing threes, splashing fadeaways, dunking. He got that type of athleticism. But in the league, your role changed. So he a defensive Gary Payton II. Gary Payton II really ain't been doing all that, but he that type of defensive player, like a Drew Holiday coming up. Like he that type of defensive player. And I just feel like Herter, Sabonis, and Monk really ain't been all that. Harrison Barnes is the worst solid
like
player
he was his last year at the Warriors.
He's the DeAndre Ayton of small forwards. Or is DeAndre Ayton the Harrison Barnes of centers? Who cares? But
I don't know.
But so how you see this series going? You still?
It's probably going 7. I think.
How you feel about Fox injury?
How
you feel about Fox? But I'm saying, like, I don't know. Every time it's an injury, bro.
It's a fractured finger. I thought at first it was saying he had a fractured hand, but it's saying he got a fractured finger. I want to say it's on his shooting hand too, though. Well, no, he left-handed, so I think it's on his off hand.
Every time I hear injury, bro, that shit kind of ruins something for me, bro. In basketball, bro.
Bro,
I feel like
the Warriors got some type of curse or something. Like, how do all these players keep on getting injured against them?
That's what I'm saying. I told you that Curry has been blessed. Curry's the chosen one. He's the real chosen one. If you look at his career, how it's lined up and everything, it doesn't happen. I feel like if anybody in the NBA needs that chosen one moniker, it's Steph Curry. But you seen that pass he threw in, like, was that the second quarter, third quarter, where he just threw it? It was like an outlet pass. And that shit was just.
Leave him alone.
Like, if this was Russell Westbrook, Chris, he would be getting killed, bro. Like, some of the stuff he do.
I think it's more so the way Westbrook plays versus the way Steph Curry plays is why Westbrook catch a lot of flack behind what he does. Because Westbrook looks out of control when he's playing. So it's easy to be like, man, he's just a walking turnover. Steph Curry, on the other hand, doesn't really always have a ball. He's not a ball dominant guy, so people you can't tell if he's playing out of control or not. Yeah. But when you go back and look at the turnover, like, he had 6 turnovers.
Yeah.
When you do that?
Oh man, it's just, I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna stunt. Curry been crazy in his finals, and I said finals, this first round. Curry, man, he been really looking good, bro. You know, I've been hard on Curry, and because I really hate the turnovers. I feel like he set the tone for that shit on the Warriors, bro. He's so sloppy with the ball. I don't even like the fact they consider him a point guard, bro. But as a scorer, this is probably the best scoring Stephen Curry that I've seen. Like, in terms of he getting to the hole, he finishing through contact, like he hitting the step back threes, the catch and shoot threes. It's like just the best fully recognized, fully evolved version of Curry, bro, offensively. And I feel like defensively, he's underrated at this point because I don't remember too many people just straight up cooking him. Like, and that's going back the last couple years, like him just getting cooked. So I feel like Curry is very well rounded, but I just feel like that turnover shit, bro, that shit just been nasty. Even this series, and just plays like it seemed like every game he had just a terrible turnover that just is just terrible. But he been actually playing pretty good in terms of
You watching this Atlanta and Boston game, man?
I keep trying to look at it. It's tied at 113, but I'm
they
trying
was
to
just down 12 points. I don't know what Boston doing. They tripping. Atlanta was just down 12 points. They pulled up Miami.
Are we going to get to the point to where we're going to start admitting that Boston is just as stupid as some of these other young teams in the league?
What in the world did Brown just do there?
Whoa. Then let's get to Boston right after let's go and get to Boston. Because I'm watching the game right now, and Chris, I like that point because Tatum is like, I don't know. Tatum be getting to the point. I don't know about this game because I ain't really been watching. But Tatum gets to the point where it's just like he do a lot of dumb stuff at the wrong times.
We're finna have to start talking about Jason Tatum the same way we talk about Karl Anthony Towns.
Bruh, no. We're going to talk about Jaylen Brown trying to play Superman ball out here and just stunk it up back-to-back possessions in a clutch.
But my thing with Jaylen Brown, I ain't seen this game, so it's hard to just comment on this game particularly. But Jaylen Brown
is supposed to be the closeout game for them.
Oh my God!
What the world?
I ain't seen him though. I ain't seen this game, so I'm gonna have to go back. But I guess I can look at the stats. But
the fact that I just realized Murray ain't playing.
Jamal Murray?
No. DeJounte.
Nah, I think he got hurt or something like that.
This boy Trae is 13 for 32. That is chucking it up, boy.
He ain't trying to go home.
God. How he get that open?
Jaylen Brown got 35, 6 and 5. That boy 15 for 23, 4 for 7 from 3. This boy Tatum is
what I tell you about them stats, reading them stats off. They don't tell the full
Jason
story.
Tatum 1 for 10 from 3. That's not fake. I ain't watched the game, but I'm just saying,
That's
gotta
nasty word
think about
too. I'm saying don't what's it called?
Now,
Don't
I
try
seen
to
them
say
back-to-back possessions was bad, but he's been carrying them this whole game. So I want him to continue to take the shots. If Tatum 1 for 10 from 3, Tatum shoot too many damn threes. That boy shot 13 threes.
So what all have y'all covered so far?
He has been shooting 40% from 3 in this series though, DJ. So I mean,
but I'm saying he's still taking a lot. Oh, Chris, we covered the Celtics 76ers series. We talked a little bit about the Warriors and the Kings series. And we talked about Kobe as the intro because Chris Broussard and Ticket was discussing the career because Ticket had Chris Broussard on and he basically was trying to defend Kobe because Chris Broussard was sitting on him.
Who defend Kobe in what aspect?
Because Ticket was basically asking why is Kobe so disrespected when it comes to like the GOAT debate, top 5, top 3 debate.
And Chris Broussard basically said like he don't even have an argument to even be in a GOAT debate.
That's what Chris Broussard was saying.
He like when I talk to people in my camp and people that's actually like just and other analysts and all that stuff, he was like, we don't even like mention him in that because when we start like basically just the typical the main thing that everybody keeps like kind of has in their back pocket about Kobe is his efficiency.
That's all they can say about him, though. And maybe in the lack of MVPs, but
that's the case. And if that's the case, Steve Nash should be in the debate because Steve Nash got efficiency and 2 MVPs.
Well, no, I hear you, but I'm just saying, that's the shit that everybody always brings up when they talk about Kobe. Because he only got like one. He only got one, didn't
he? Yeah, he got one.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the only reason. Like, that's really in my opinion.
Award, though. That's a narrative award, man.
Yeah, but they still gonna use. I mean, you can say it is, you can say it ain't. Because
but you need that narrative, though. You need that narrative.
You do.
That shit's still important.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember growing up.
I mean, I just don't understand how we gonna. I mean, I still see him as like if we talking about greatest of all time. I still feel like he's up there, just because if we're gonna put shit in the context, every time we get into these conversations about these teams, we look at, squads put around, some of these people that we, putting them up against. We've gotten into it, about LeBron and the others that he's had in certain series. A lot of motherfuckers got to look at who the fuck Kobe had to carry to some of these playoffs.
Yep.
A lot of, if we gonna start, putting shit in the context and stuff like that, talking about, oh, well, he this and this, that, and yada, yada, yada. It's like, well, yeah, but, I may have had one of the most dominant big men, early in my career, but look what I had to work with and push through to get to the playoffs after he was gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we gotta, if we're gonna start having these type of conversations, we really gotta start looking in because even still, like, when I had this conversation of like just a biased conversation about Jordan and LeBron, everybody want to sweep, his first couple years in the league under the rug. Like, he was the star on the team, but he was by himself and getting knocked out in the first round. We got to take all that into consideration, because everybody say like, oh, motherfuckers needed help. Like, come on, man. Jordan wasn't doing shit until he got Pippen there.
And but you can't do that, Chris. You can't do that because
yes,
Jordan was in the playoffs. Jordan was in the playoffs. LeBron didn't make the playoffs.
DJ,
so how can you criticize a dude that made the playoffs?
Hold on,
against Larry Bird.
Because if we're going to use let me go. Because just how we was talking about supporting Cass, you could say LeBron wasn't getting there, but when we still talk about supporting Cass, he still got there. And when I talk about getting the context, so when we look at all three of these players, we see what they all accomplished when they actually had, what we can call legitimate help. Let's just call it that, legitimate help. That's what I try to look at when we comparing players. Like, yeah, like all of them could get, like, LeBron clearly got to the playoffs before he got to Miami. But when we see the type of talent that he got once he got to Miami, we saw that he was able to get over the hump. I use that with every player. I don't care who you are. They all had help. So that's why I try to knock that out the way. So when I look at Kobe, as far as that GOAT conversation, we got to look at who he was playing with at the Shaq left. We got to look at who he had to carry. Motherfuckers forget that he had Kwame Brown in the playoffs.
No, he didn't. Shit, that shit was bad.
So
I thought starting point guard.
So I think when we talk about Kobe, bro, I just feel like that he's one of those players where we really got to look in the context. Like, he could have left easily, but he stayed there. He rode the ship, missed the playoffs a year, but he never jumped ship. He never jumped ship, and when he went back to the finals, he went back to back. So, you know what I'm saying? I just look at it to where if we're going to keep it like that, we got to look in the context. If we're looking at full careers, not just championship runs, when I look at full, complete careers, Kobe's in that conversation with all of them.
Damn. It's crazy because we literally was with it. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I feel like you have to put him in there when, like, if we have to, because everybody try to break down the game in 1,000 different ways. But if I'm looking at Jordan, I'm looking at LeBron, I'm looking at Kobe, and I'm looking in context of who Kobe had to drag to get to some of these playoffs he got to, Kobe is easily in that conversation because let's just keep it a buck. If we gonna put some of them squads against Jordan's and even LeBron squads, come on now. I'm just saying.
You own it. I was kind of leaning that way, but you saying it like how I was thinking it.
It has to, like, you have to take all that into consideration because if you're gonna put Magic Johnson up there, like how everybody does, like, okay, hold up, now let's look at that Lakers team. Let's look at that Lakers team that he was able to come into as a rookie. A rookie. We got to start putting some of this shit in the context now.
But nigga, Magic came team though. Magic came into a great ass situation though. And so did Kareem.
And he is in the GOAT conversation. But again, we start looking in the context, saying, man, Magic came in with a squad. Ain't like he came in with no bums.
Yeah.
Like then he had Kareem his rookie year.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness!
Ray, sound like you got one that's watching the game over there with you.
Yep, I got my lady over here watching the game.
Dang, I missed it. Trae just hit that shot, didn't he?
Yep.
What the?
Man, it's crazy, but yeah, Chris, you added some good stuff to that Kobe content because it just, man, I was just watching that and I was just like, damn, he just brushing Kobe off. That's crazy. Like, especially
but Chris Broussard has been like that anyway as far as brushing Kobe off. And then that motherfucker always try to come out when it comes to me and my colleagues, like, no, nigga, what do you have to say? That nigga always talking about me and my colleagues, but every time I turn around and look at some shit, don't nobody fuck with that nigga like that. Don't nobody fuck with no damn Chris Broussard, nigga.
I'm gonna clip your ass, Chris.
Don't nobody fuck with that nigga Chris Broussard like that, nigga.
Okay, man. Speaking of LeBron, let's react to Jimmy Butler, bro. We gotta go on here.
Who?
Jimmy Buckets.
Himmy.
Oh, Himmy buckets.
Hemi
Jordan.
Butler
Hemi Butler Jordan.
might be replacing Kawhi Leonard as the best mid-range scorer right now.
I was thinking about that. Ray, you now hear me out. Chris brought it up, but Ray, hear me out. You know I got crazy conspiracy, and it's Chris' fault. I was thinking about it.
You was already thinking it.
Say, bro, if you put Jimmy Butler in those Kawhi positions, is the same thing happening? The Toronto and the Spurs situation.
The
Knowing what we know
Toronto
now
one,
about Jimmy Butler.
the Toronto one
one,
would
I
kind
don't
of be hard.
The
But if you
Spurs,
ask
I don't know
me,
either.
the Spurs, I would say so, just because it ain't like he was. I feel like for scoring wise, I think Jimmy could have gave him that, and I still
I'm
feel
saying
like
the
Jimmy.
best
And
version of Jimmy that we've seen with those teams.
But we seen LeBron during those years that Kawhi was playing against LeBron in the playoffs. We seen what LeBron did to Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. So
hold on,
I don't know.
when we talking about though?
When he's with the Bulls.
Man, come on! I knew you.
No, I ain't talking about.
You talking about Jimmy Butler now?
No,
wait, hold on. What year was Kawhi in? Let me see what year Kawhi was in when he won.
Because him and Jimmy ain't Jimmy Butler and Kawhi about the same age?
So he's saying because I think that Jimmy Butler would have. I think Jimmy Butler would have got the same result. I think you could have got the same result from Jimmy Butler with that Spurs series, because I still feel like he would have been put on LeBron, and I feel like he would have did a good job guarding him. I mean, Kawhi was only averaging 14 that series or something like that. I'm pretty sure Jimmy could give you that.
I think LeBron used to cook Jimmy Butler. We're not about to do this. Jimmy Butler ain't the defender that Kawhi is, especially not at that point in their careers. He wasn't.
Not against that Jimmy Butler either. I mean, not against that LeBron either. He ain't got the size. I don't know.
Where was I thought was Jimmy still with the Bulls around that time when Kawhi won that chip?
LeBron was cooking. The only one that kept up with LeBron on the Bulls was D Rose. Other than that, everybody else.
But that's unfair though, right? Jimmy Butler, because what year was that? I'm gonna do it like this.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy Butler go to school 4 years.
What year was Kawhi in when it happened?
So
he came in 2012, right?
He came in 2011.
2012, yeah.
2011, 2012.
And they played each other back-to-back years in 2013 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was 2012, 2013.
Okay, so that 2012 series, I don't think he could have done
that's
that.
What I'm saying. I'm saying 2013. I'm saying they played back-to-back years in the finals, in 13 and 14.
I didn't realize how long that nigga Jimmy been in the league. But no, so that San Antonio series, DJ, I'm gonna give Kawhi that one. But if you ask me that Raptors one, that's a coin flip, because Kawhi literally had to carry that motherfucker.
But see, 13, 14. So that's year 3, Kawhi. What was Jimmy Butler doing year 3? That's what I'm gonna say.
He was averaging 13 points, 40% from the flow, 28% from 3, which ain't no surprise. So
I don't think year 3 Jimmy Butler could do it with year 3 Kawhi Leonard could do.
Not defensively. Not defensively. I feel like Kawhi was a better defender for sure at that time than what Jimmy was. But if you ask me, do I think Jimmy can handle what Kawhi's role should be with the Clippers right now? Yeah, he most definitely could. He's over there with the Clippers. If he's over there, he giving Phoenix some problems.
Oh yeah.
So you're 7.
We also forgetting that Kawhi knocked out the Sixers that Jimmy Butler was on. Just put that out there.
I was just gonna say that.
The only reason why, and I knew somebody was going. So I was listening to something today, and
they came in together.
It was one of them things as far as on that Philly squad where, clearly we can see now that Jimmy took a seat way in the back as far as offensively. Because I can't remember who said it, but they said they had talked to whoever the coach was at the time. I forgot who it was. And then after that, they talked to Jimmy, and Jimmy was like, pretty much the agreement was he was like, look, I know you got Joel here, I know you got Ben Simmons here that would like to work the inside net, yada yada yada. He was just like, man, just give me the ball in the fourth quarter, and that's pretty much what his role was on that Sixers team. He was the closer, so first, second, third quarter, he was pretty much the fourth option, taking shots behind Joel, Ben Simmons, and Tobias Harris. When we look back at this now, he shouldn't have been taking the back seat to Ben or Tobias Harris. It should have been Joel, then Jimmy.
But see, remember that's how he fell out with the coach. He didn't like Ben Simmons.
Well,
but we not finna act like
Jimmy
he
didn't like Ben Simmons, but he accepted his role. He didn't like him. We all not gonna act like he ain't like it because he was being soft. But at the end of he accepted his role because he understood what they were trying to do with that team. So it was just one of the things he willingly took a back seat because he decided to play a role on what was supposed to be a contending team. But just one of them pieces that he's supposed to be taking a back seat to wasn't getting it done. And we see what happened. Shit, his team in the playoffs. And where was he at? At home on the couch watching with us. Ain't nobody talking about that though. I ain't heard nobody say one thing about that.
What you say? What you talking about? What part?
Ben Simmons' team was in the playoffs, and his ass was on the couch watching with me.
Oh man, because we kind of know what Ben Simmons is now.
Still need to be talked about because if it was anybody else, they'd be getting killed. This nigga is collecting a check sitting at home. I don't want to hear it.
And Ben Simmons is I don't know.
David Stern would have still been in the league. That nigga would have been on the court. That nigga would have been hitting them pockets.
Kawhi averaged 35, 10, and 4 against Jimmy Butler in that series. And he shot 53 and 33%. Jimmy Butler shot 44% and 20-something% from three. Damn, I tried to make it a case, but Jimmy really ain't got no case because he lost head to head. So, but that rap people forget that Raptor team was OD too, though. That was an ODS Raptors team. Think about it. Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry was actually good. Fred VanVleet. You had Serge Ibaka, Gasol, Danny Bro, that team was cold, bro. In terms of just roster construction, when you got a superstar, that team was cold. Pascal Siakam been all NBA, man, and he was on his way. The year after Kawhi left, Pascal Siakam was all NBA. So Siakam was good. Like
he just won most improved player that year, didn't he?
Yeah. So it's like, man, that was a cold ass team. So I didn't think the 76ers was a better team than them either, though. But Kawhi just outplayed them too, though. And he hit the shot. So I was trying to see if we could say Jimmy Butler's as good as Kawhi, but we literally had
at the same
series where Kawhi
at the same time, though, like I have a hard time comparing players just depending on roles because if I would compare like Jimmy Butler when he actually is playing as a one on the Heat, even though I already say they team full of twos and threes, but he's clearly the one. It's a lot easier for me to compare them two type of players, considering I like to see compare players that get the same amount of shots up. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why
No, I'm saying this. The best version that we've seen of Kawhi is still just as good as the best version of Jimmy Butler, even though Jimmy Butler did it more recently. You see what I'm saying? Like those Kawhi Leonard runs was pretty crazy too. Like that Clippers run when people talk about Luka, but people forget Kawhi was going for 40 his damn self. So it's like
absolutely, like we talk about it. We just talk about it because Luka was going against what people was considering two of the best two-way forwards in the game.
But no, I'm saying because we looking at Jimmy Butler like, man, this dude is great. This dude is amazing. He's carrying. I don't feel like Kawhi has carried as much as Jimmy Butler, but in terms of individual performer, Kawhi Leonard has just been as good.
Oh yeah, he's always going. Yeah, Kawhi's always gonna put up his individual numbers. That's never a question.
But no, I'm saying, Chris, I was trying to make a case for Jimmy, but that would be disingenuous. It's not really a case for him to be better than Kawhi. But Jimmy ain't had the help Kawhi's had though. But that the best help he had, he lost to Kawhi head to head too though. So you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm torn.
I mean, he lost. I mean, at the same time, it's like that year that they lost against Kawhi, I feel like was the Sixers' best chance though.
And that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
No, I feel like that was their best chance. I mean, it's kind of hard to put, because I feel like Kawhi can just do a little bit of everything. And again, I really am only going to be comparing playoff performances for them two. But I can really only compare, playoff performances for Jimmy from when he's been with the Heat, because we didn't get to see this in Chicago. We didn't see this in Minnesota. We didn't see this in Philly. He's the number one option now. That's why we get to see this the way we are. And if he don't do it, they're gonna lose.
Yeah. My thing is, I think me and Ray were talking about this earlier.
Come on, Russ.
I was just saying like Jimmy Butler carrying this team. That shit is impressive, bro. Because his second best player is dumpster juice offensively. And then he lost his third best player, who was also dumpster juice. So it's like you lost dumpster juice. The other dude didn't step up, and it's just like he literally carried them to their win the other day, bro. Like the fact that I was at work and everybody in my phone was hitting me up about it, and it was just like, that's a real life moment that people are going to remember. I feel like Jimmy Butler has a lot of memorable playoff moments. But the only thing, he ain't got it done. But we never thought he could get it done. I didn't think they was going to the ECF last year. I didn't think they was gonna make that finals run that they made. I damn sure ain't think they was gonna beat the Bucks this year. But if he can do that, get to that finals, if he could get to that ECF, and if he could beat the Bucks this year, that would be the closest thing to being a winner without winning. If he ends his career like that, y'all get what I'm saying? Or is that still praising losing? So I don't think that's praising losing. What Jimmy Butler doing?
No. Again, like I said, when just like I just had the conversation, we got to look in the context. We got to look at the squads.
Yeah,
we got to look at the squads that these dudes is carrying.
But then, how can you look at that all time though? It's like if Jimmy Butler career end, and as far as he's been was this the conference finals against the Celtics, the finals run against the Lakers, and then if he beat the Bucks and lose in round 2, and that's pretty much the height of his playoff career, is that enough to look at him like an all-time great? And like,
I don't think
who in the tier would he be with?
We're not going to look at him as an all-time great, but we're definitely going to look at him as one of the better playoff Rodgers we've ever seen.
I already think he's the best playoff Rodgers I done seen.
We're going to look at him as one of the better playoff Rodgers we've ever seen. I mean, because when you just look at the numbers, like across the board, I mean, everything takes a significant jump. Everything takes a significant jump. I mean, because, you got some that go from 22 to 26. Man, this nigga damn near going from 21 points a game to 30. So, I mean, like I said, it's one of he has to do it. And he may, shit, when they play again tomorrow, he may play like pure shit tomorrow. But I expect that of him. I know he's going to give me 2-3 games of straight dominance. And I know one game he's going to be a little gas. So he's going to probably play like pure boo-boo. That's pretty much the formula that Jimmy has given me every playoffs as far as what I see. I see 2-3 games of pure dominance and a game where it's just like, what the fuck's going on? Motherfucker tired as hell from carrying these bums, man.
And them dudes bums, bro.
It don't take them.
Bums, bro.
They don't make a backpack big enough to carry all that shit, man. They don't make a backpack big enough to carry all that weight, carry all that luggage.
Chris, I think Bam Adebayo might be the second worst second option in the history of the NBA that's been to a finals and a conference finals. He literally might be the worst second option in the history of the NBA to go that far. Yeah, can I just give y'all some stats, bro? Because it was so bad, I had to look it up. Going back to then, in Bam Adebayo's last 30 playoff games, he's averaging 15 points, 8 rebounds. In his last 30 playoff games as the number 2 option. And then this year, he's at 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, and he's shooting 48% as a center. Like, as the second option on the NBA team in 2023, he getting 17 points. Like, that's not good enough, bro. I feel like Bam Adebayo is literally one of the worst second options I ever seen on a competitive team, bro.
Like I said, man, I mean, me personally, I know I have to critique him, fairly, but I still just feel like he's being misused.
No, say, dog. You can be misused.
Brook Lopez killed him.
Brook Lopez almost has as many points as his age, man. That dude had 36 points.
But again, DJ, that's what I'm saying. When you get into a series like this, look at Brook Lopez's big ass dog. Come on, that shit not gonna work. Sometimes, bro, the harder they say what it ain't the size of the dog or the fight, the harder the dog. Well, damn it, sometimes the other dog just bigger.
Okay, I'll give you Brook Lopez, but Giannis was dancing around that boy, man. Giannis literally was dancing around that boy. That boy had 2 fouls in the first quarter. That boy Giannis was dancing around. That dude was falling, bro. Bam was falling all over the place. He was getting blew by. Like, he wasn't looking that great defensively either, man. Bam has been trash, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's really no way around it. He's been trash, bro. And for the position
he's been bad. I mean, I'm not finna sit here acting like but that's just kind of been his game the whole time he's been in the league, in my opinion, bro.
That is bad. And this, Chris, this gonna tell you how bad I think he is. I think he's been playing worse than Sabonis, bro. I hate Sabonis. I'd rather have Sabonis than Bam. With everything Bam bring, I know whatever. I'd rather have Sabonis, bro. And I don't like Sabonis. I think Sabonis is trash, but that's how trash
Sabonis
I think
giving
Bam.
you 17 and like 13 in the playoffs this year. I don't even think Bam even nowhere near that.
And that's what I'm saying, Ray. Like, it's sad. It's sad how Bam's performing, bro. It's sad. Like, that shit. I'm probably too passionate about this shit, but that shit's sad, bro. And then you looking at Jimmy Butler, look like he finna faint, bro. That boy out there carrying, bro. Jimmy Butler look like, come on, man. That boy was looking tired. Like,
he was about to what, DJ?
He about to faint, bro. Like that nigga was like, man, like he looked like he was physically carrying Bam on his back, like running around with his ass on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that shit was sad, bro. And it's just like, we don't be criticizing these dudes enough. I think Drew Holiday was trash.
Drew played. Yeah, he played bad.
And it's just like, I don't know, bro. Maybe what kind of nigga am I that's trying to push? We need to criticize niggas more, but we need to criticize these niggas more. Like, because if this was LeBron, we would have been killing LeBron ass. This was KD, we would have been killing KD ass. You know what I'm saying? If this was any star, we would be killing them. And these dudes has made all-star teams. They're stars. They play determines how far their teams go, bro. And they play like trash, bro. This nigga Jimmy Butler won in spite of Bam Adebayo the other day, bro. He won in spite of that nigga, man. And we got to call a spade a spade.
He had Duncan Robinson as his partner in crime.
Like, come on, right? I'm not over exaggerating, bro. I know I be getting a little crazy, but come on, man. Like, that is literally
gotta be the funniest basketball player.
Yeah, man. I like Bam.
Going out of bounds, and he literally saved it. He tried to throw it off of Booker, but he literally just threw him the ball. Like, he was nowhere near throwing the ball off him. I don't know what he was trying to do.
What you were saying, Chris?
No, I was saying, I mean, I still don't. I just don't see Bam. I just don't see Bam as a good matchup in the playoffs, bro. Because
give my nigga Jimmy Butler some help.
Well, because he averages 20 in the regular season, but he drops every time he gets to the playoffs. So I really just think that he is like when you got time to plan for a motherfucker, I just feel like Bam is just one of them. Like, okay, you might have one game you may get 20, but don't expect to, don't expect this shit to keep going, niggas. Pretty much what motherfuckers be telling him. Like, you gonna have one game where you get 20, but just know the rest of this shit, we shutting your ass down.
Bro, in his last 30 playoff games, Bam went back-to-back 20-point games only twice, bro. That nigga's a bum, man. It's like, Chris, I hear what you're saying, and I get what you're saying. Like, he probably should be a power forward somewhere, like a fourth option. But that's not that boy reality. It was a second option on the team that been to a finals or Eastern Conference Finals. He got a dude that's one of the greatest playoff performers we've seen in our lifetime. And he's selling the bag, man. He literally did everything in his power to keep Jimmy Butler from winning that damn game the other day, bro. This nigga, bro, that shit was embarrassing, bro. Like Ray said, Duncan Robinson was outplaying him. Caleb Martin had more moments than Bam did. Man.
Yeah, Bam, he still scored the second most points, but some of them threes that Robinson put up was like at like the right time type shit. Sometimes it ain't always about making a shot; it's when you make that motherfucker. And Duncan Robinson made them holes at key moments in the game.
Exactly. Even Kevin Love had an important shot, and that nigga Brook Lopez was hitting his ass with step backs. And I'm just saying, man, it's like the team is already trash, Chris. That's the problem. And it's just like you looking as bad as them. Like, how is you looking as bad as the rest of the bad team and you was an all-star, man? Like that shit just I can't overlook this shit.
I'm just looking at stuff. I hate to call it so early. But if the Boston Celtics have to see the Philadelphia 76ers in the next round, I think Boston gonna be in some trouble, boy.
Oh, let's bring it back
Boston gonna fuck around and have me looking stupid if they can't. If they taking out, go ahead.
Give you like 5 minutes, Chris, because we already went over it. But I'm gonna let you get your take off. What would a Celtics series look like?
Yeah, just because the game done ended now, bro. Like I thought that the Celtics probably was gonna take care of Philly, and like I was gonna say 6 to be respectable, but man, I don't know. If we looking at that Philly net series and that Boston Hawks series, man, they supposed to get them boys out of there no more than 5 games.
I was telling it to Ray. I was saying the same thing.
I understand this the NBA, and I know we try not to be disrespectful, but if we just gonna keep it a buck, man, Boston was supposed to get them boys out of there in 5 games. No more than 5 games. Trae still shooting like pure shit, and y'all still letting these motherfuckers hang around. DeJounte Murray didn't even play, and y'all still playing with these boys. That was the one thing that I was looking at with Philly. I was like, okay, we all clearly think that they should go ahead and beat Brooklyn, but how long is it going to take? That's mainly what we're looking at with some of these series that we kind of know who's going to win. How long is it going to take? Philly, can't do nothing but give them credit. They handle business. They got them boys up out of there. They sitting on the couch watching the games like the rest of us. Boston was supposed to have them boys gone, man. They supposed to have them boys gone. And I said it. I said we already looked at Milwaukee and Boston as, the top dogs in the East, and the difference between 1 and 2 and 3 was very far. I'm starting to look stupid. I'm starting to look very stupid.
Man, I told you I had Philly coming out. I had Philly as the number 1 seed coming into the year. I just felt like, because I'm gonna say, like I told Ray, Joel Embiid is a top 1, 2, 3 first option in the league. James Harden, you could say he's a top 5 point guard. You could say Tyrese Maxey is a top 5 third option. Tobias Harris is the best 4th option in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly ain't got bums over there. PJ Tucker is, a really good dirty work guy. Like
they don't.
They just do shit.
I just kind of I guess I was just kind of more or less looking at it like, did I feel like that Joel was going to have to go, pick up the pieces and go at it alone? But I feel like Harden has really like embraced taking that second option role, and he can still give you 20 and 10.
He's about at 17-8. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, when you look at pretty much how they was going running that pick and roll when they were and Maxi is here. He
I
ain't
told
coming.
Ray.
He's here.
I told
So
Ray.
I definitely want to see how they utilize him come this next series. But just going back to what I brought up, Boston looking like a bunch of bums, man. I mean, they damn near looking as stupid as Minnesota.
I was talking to Ray earlier. I was saying, hey man, Philly got a chance. Philly got a chance. If Ray ain't
Philly, like
sure.
looking at this now, bro, Philly got a legitimate chance. I mean, because okay, let's just go ahead and just so right now we already got Philly that's already next, right? You got Philly that's going to play against Boston, and then you got the Heat that's going to have to go against New York. So let's say if they go ahead and take care of business.
Boy,
Come
Philly
on,
going to the
bro.
finals.
Philly might just go to the Philly might.
We might get Jokic and B.
Say, man,
If Jokic can escape the goddamn Timberwolves.
if Philly can get past Boston, bro, I just don't see how they lose to whoever they got to play in the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. If they can get through a healthy Boston Celtics team, I feel like they got enough to get through the Heat and the Knicks, who are a very good defensive team. But the Knicks, they're still a bad 3-point shooting team in the playoffs. The Heat, they done pretty much threw that shit out the window. So you might just this is like, yo, he can't shoot no goddamn threes. Them motherfuckers are shooting 40-something% from three this series.
I rather have the Heat than the Knicks. I think the Knicks got the defenders. They got the size to match up against with Embiid, and I feel like the guard play with Jalen Brunson could be just as good as the guard play for Philly. I feel like that would be a better series than we might think, and I think Philly got the best two of the best three
The only
players
reason
and
why
probably
I
like
don't like
four of
I
the
feel
best
like
seven.
the only reason why because Julius Randle pissed me off the other day, so he kind of gotta show me something to get off my shit list. Y'all know I've been talking way too proud about that man. But
Julius Randle, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists in this series. 32% from the field, 26% from 3, 64% from the free throw line.
he
Just
had
throwing
one
that
good.
out
I think he had one like monster game.
That was a decent game. I know the game you're talking about. He had like 20, 22. It was a decent game. He shot like 40%, man.
But
Chris
other than
Randall
that,
been
man,
trash.
it's just
He's on my
like
underperformers list. Ray said we go do that probably Thursday, probably when the first round is fully over. But that first round playoff underperformers list is
I don't
nasty.
know. I don't know if if I'm gonna make Thursday episode, but I can tell you right now, I got him and I got Donovan Mitchell ass on there. Because Donovan Mitchell played like some pure shit the last game too. Only difference is he actually got to stay on the floor and keep playing like shit.
See, I got niggas like Sabonis, Adebayo, Holiday, Cat, Randall.
Sabonis still doing the same shit he was doing though.
Who?
Sabonis still doing the like putting up the
Man, that
same
nigga
numbers
playing
he been
scary as
putting up.
hell, bro. He's not scoring. He's playing scary as hell. He ain't hitting no middies. He ain't hitting no threes. He's not playing like he played in the regular season. Jamal Murray,
I mean,
bro.
I'm just
He got to
talking
get
more or
talked about in
less.
these shooting guard
I ain't
rankings.
talking more or less about how he's getting his points. He's still getting his points. Is just what I'm saying.
Bro,
So I
did
don't
y'all
really
see the finish
that.
Jamal Murray just did on Anthony Edwards? Oh, well, y'all watching the other game, but
Yeah, I'm not watching that one.
Jamal
What's that one on
Murray,
NBA? What's that on NBA TV?
Yeah, NBA TV. Yeah. Jamal Murray just hit this nigga with the craziest acrobatic N1 layup. That shit was like a 360 reverse from the middle. Not from the baseline. That shit was like in the middle of the court, or a 360 and one layup. But what the hell was we talking about? That shit was a crazy shot. But what was we saying, Chris?
But nah, I was shit. I forgot that quick, boy.
I think we were talking about the Knicks. We was talking about the Knicks.
Yeah. I was watching. I was watching this damn Phoenix game because Terrence Mann just caught that shoulder from that boy KD. Laid him down a little.
I feel like Terrence Mann got Andrew Wiggins potential, bro.
Scoring wise or just in general?
Impact wise, playoff impact wise.
Oh, okay, impact wise. I'm about to say, how tall is that nigga Terrence Mann, bro?
Terrence Mann probably about 6'7" too, though. I think he should.
Man, let me get off this nigga Bam out of bio, man. Every time I look at this nigga name, I get mad. Matter of fact, they spelled your name wrong, nigga. It's B-U-M. Bum.
Terrence Mann 6'5", but bro, yeah, bro. I don't know.
Terrence Mann 6'5". Well, yeah, impact wise, I can see that. Well, let me take that back. On a healthy Clippers team.
We ain't even finna get into them. That shit so disgusting.
Man, I ain't talking about that nigga no more. That nigga soft as Charmin.
Okay, I did want to ask this question. I want to start with Ray because I know he gonna be passionate about it. But Ray,
yeah, I'm gonna do this question and I'm gonna hop on up off of here.
All right, that's a bit. Ray, best case scenario for Lakers round 2. Who you want? The Warriors or the Kings?
Oh, that's a good question.
I say the Kings.
Whoa.
Yeah, because Sabonis, right? I've been telling y'all about this. I literally brought it up. I showed y'all the goddamn tape where LeBron and the Lakers was putting nuts in Sabonis' chest. That's why he said the Kings. And y'all was trying to kill me about that shit, man. But go ahead, Ray. Why the Kings?
You kind of just said it yourself. They don't really have no between LeBron, AD, even Reeves attacking the paint. That's gonna be a layup line.
I told y'all.
I literally watched Sabonis in Game 4 guard the paint with his hands down. He thought him being 7 foot was enough, I guess. Like he even attempted to even put a hand up.
Yeah.
So
hold on, is this nigga 7 foot?
Nah, he about 6'11", 6'10", 6'11", 6'10". That's still damn near, bro. He too damn big to not protect the rim.
Devin Booker is the most boring dunker I've ever seen in my life.
Over Klay Thompson?
Yeah.
Over Ginobili?
Who is the most boring dunker? Klay Thompson boring too, though.
Boy, I'd have seen Ginobili.
CJ McCollum probably the one was boring.
Yeah, I could say CJ, but nigga, I'd have seen Ginobili put his goddamn shit.
Whoa, Jokic just dunked. That shit might be Jokic. He literally just dunked while y'all was talking.
No, Chris Paul got the most basic dunk package ever.
Because I was looking at Ginobili. Ginobili was playing the Heat, and that nigga came with that goddamn hammer on them motherfuckers. Nah, Ginobili coming with that shit. Nigga, shit. Let Ginobili be 5 years younger. He would have tried to yank that motherfucker back. I was rewatching some of them highlights from that Spurs Heat series. Boy, that nigga Ginobili was not playing with them niggas. Ginobili was monster, bro. Bro, Ginobili was not playing with them.
If Ginobili would have been selfish, like I compare Harden to Ginobili a lot, because I feel like Ginobili could have been that level of player, the same level of player that Harden got to. I feel like Ginobili could have got to that level. Like literally, Harden is the polar opposite of Ginobili, like because he had that same type of game, that same type of impact. But I just feel like Ginobili took a step back in terms of his role.
Yeah, he took a step back to Tony and Tim.
I feel like Ginobili could have been that level of player as Harden.
And then he took even more of a step back when they drafted Kawhi and came off the bench.
He was older by that point, though.
Yeah, he was shit, nigga. So was Tim Duncan. They could have found a younger center.
Bro, I just came to a realization. James Harden is a selfish Ginobili.
I don't know if Ginobili's gonna ever get you 30 in a season though,
Man,
or even an MVP. Like that's we can't have nothing about his career screams that he will eventually be an MVP candidate, especially not a top 3, top 5 MVP candidate.
Yeah. Hold on.
But back to the original question, though.
I'm gonna go with Kings. I feel like Lakers got it. Lakers have advantage for both.
I mean, yeah, I
They
was
also
about to
got
say
some guns for
because
both too.
I feel like if you look at the Warriors starting 5, I feel like they got more shooting than the Lakers, obviously, but I don't feel like Golden State's bench is as deep as, say, if they had to play the Kings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I kind of feel like the Lakers would benefit a lot more playing Golden State just because of that. Because shit, Hachimura outscoring benches by himself. So
Yeah.
you get Golden State, and then who's the one you're expecting to score off the bench for Golden State is Jordan Poole. And we know how he plays out sometimes.
But that lack of rim protection is just not ideal for the Lakers. Like Ray said, you got LeBron and AD, man. They going to their paint. Like, and I told you they damn near had 60 paint points. They had them 60 paint points against them in a regular season game I watched, bro. So it's like they
yeah, I mean they still gonna get to the paint regardless of what one of them motherfuckers that you play. Only difference is, do I want to hear Draymond mouth every time I go down there?
But no, the difference with the
man,
Warriors is
I don't want to see Kawhi. I do not want to see Kawhi on the bench, man. Bro. Go home.
You trading 3 for 2.
Go home, man. I don't even know why you travel with them boys, man. Go home. You finna see them lose, and it's your fault. Go home.
But you see what I'm saying, though? You trading 3 for 2 with Golden State, though. Because you go kill Golden State in the paint, but Golden State go kill you from 3 because we know Reeves and D'Lo not it guarding the perimeter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to look at it from that, but man, you talking about guarding the perimeter, they still gonna get killed by Fox.
Fox don't get all the way to the rim like that. He blow past and he can go get a midi.
No, I'm saying he gonna get by him. That's all. All he gotta do is get by you.
And then you trade in AD on the switches for Sabonis. So AD on the switches go get a couple blocks. AD averaging damn near 5 blocks a game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's serious, yo.
So that's really what I'm talking about in terms of that. Because like if I was the Lakers, I would rather the Kings strictly because I'd kill them in the paint, man.
Yeah.
And Warriors got championship DNA. That shit probably get janky. They fucking around. Klay Thompson could start hitting game 6 Klay or something and put goddamn Lakers to bed, bro.
Oh man.
But it'll be a fun series regardless who gets to that.
What the fuck is going on?
I can't believe, bro, this dude. The Denver really in a dogfight with Minnesota. Minnesota got a good roster, bro.
Do not doubt my man Ant. He said he wasn't getting swept, and he wasn't getting swept.
Man,
Anthony Edwards just said, "I ain't trying to go home tonight." But you know what, though, man? Once again, we got to start looking at cat numbers this series. I ain't gonna say it too many more times.
Cat 16 and 10, 43% from the field, 28% from 3, 74% from the line. He's on my underperformance list, bro.
As he should be. We're gonna have to start looking at that nigga.
Y'all remember that list came out? Y'all remember that list came out at the end of the year talking about the NBA players voted the most overrated player. I want those guys to be exposed immediately.
Who was on that list?
Trae Young was voted the most overrated.
Yeah, because we thought Trae Young was a super duper star. So if you thinking of him,
he just won them the game in elimination games, Trae Young averaged 15 points. He almost had 40 points tonight.
I get what you're saying, but it's just we don't nobody ever call Cat a superstar though. Trae Young been disappointing as a superstar these past 2 years after coming off that Eastern Conference Finals run.
You just said before the season. Hold on a second. You said that Cat has never been looked at as a superstar.
Not a superstar. We thought Trae Young was a top 10 player.
You literally said early in his career that they voted him as one of 3 players that they would want to start their franchise with. That don't sound like a superstar to you?
Yes, when he was in his rookie year getting 20 points a game, and everybody thought he was going to get better.
So they had him already labeled as a superstar his rookie year. What you telling me?
No, they thought he would turn into that. He didn't turn into that, right? Trae, we thought Trae would turn into that, and he looked like he turned into that. It never looked like Cat turned into that. That's what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is Atlanta's still alive. It's all thanks to Trae.
All I'm saying is
we're not going to act like you can take 30 plus shots, bro.
You got to get it done. In the day, the name of the game is execution. It ain't about, oh man, well, he shot this. Did he get it done?
Okay.
I'm with you on that.
He extended the series, man. He's a 7 seed, bro.
Okay.
And he's been there for the past 2 years, bro. Like, these ain't been impressive years going past his conference finals run, and he's been bad individually. So
they make it to a game 7. You still gonna be talking about they a 7 seed? Like, what does that have to do with them still being in the playoffs right now?
My thing is he got to get it. You just did all this talking about getting it done. He got 1 game. Like,
they got 2 games.
Got nothing done.
They going for 6 now?
No, I'm saying you saying he hit that shot, and I'm just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? He had a great game. Nigga say shit. Close the series, and then we can talk again.
He didn't have a great game. He didn't have his last 3 games been great. Well, not the
but Ray Nord. If they beat Boston, then I'll give him that credit. But if they still end up losing this series, you still gonna be praising what Trae Young did. That's what I'm saying. We gotta wait.
But they ain't officially out yet. So I mean,
I see what you're saying, man. But neither is
Denver.
I mean, neither is Minnesota though. Minnesota ain't out yet.
They not.
And they're playing the 1 seed.
I mean, okay.
It ain't Cat though. Cat ain't the catalyst though.
Telling you, man. But shit, y'all. I'ma holler at y'all.
All right, man. But yeah, right. Any last things you want to cover?
Damian Lillard made a post, and I think he was taking a shot at Dillon Brooks.
I can't hear you, bro. I hear you a little bit.
I said Damian Lillard had tweeted, and like he was taking a shot at Dillon Brooks. He said you can't be him one day and in an identity crisis a few days later.
Yeah. So what that means?
Bro really told the media, I don't want to talk. After they lost in game 3, when he got ejected. Have you noticed how he's acted different on the court now? Like, his whole attitude and changed. Like, he ain't been talking crazy. He ain't been trying to flex on Bron no more. Like, he's been out there quiet. I don't know what Bron said to him before game 3, but ever since that little chit chat they had, he been a totally different person.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Do you see LeBron's face when he hit that layup in overtime, the N1 layup? I hate when he be making them faces, bro. That shit be looking so cartoon. Like that should be the fakest
Bruh.
tough. I don't know.
One thing I remember what's it called? I can't remember who said it. It was like when I'm out there on that court, I ain't out there trying to look pretty. He said in order for you to win, you gotta be ugly.
He's looking fake. Like that don't even be looking like real.
You don't think that's him just naturally celebrating? You think he practiced in the mirror trying to do that, get that right?
Yes, I do.
Bruh,
yes, I do.
You taking this hate and Brun thing to a whole new level. That's crazy.
Bro, no, it's really how I feel, bro.
The first thing that popped in your mind, you was watching the game. Man, he practiced that in the mirror, man. I don't even believe he ain't, man. Like, that's crazy, man. You a crazy dude, DJ.
Bro, you asked me. You asked me, bro. Did you see that? Oh, you're not watching the Nuggets game. Anthony Edwards just threw the shit out of Bruce Brown stuff. Anthony Edwards might be getting on pace to end up in that top 15, top 10 if he can ever get his team together.
Is he a top 3 two-way player?
Probably top 5. I can't say top 3 because you got Embiid, Giannis, Tatum, Brown. So I'll say top 5 for sure. He probably 5, yeah. I think he the best, like at blocking shots since Dwayne Wade. Like from that
2-guard position.
Yeah. Because he be getting blocks like, damn. He could probably, like, his height of his career would be like Dwayne Wade. As good as Dwayne Wade got, like, top 3 in MVP voting, maybe not the MVP.
Shooter, though. Oh, you talking okay.
Yeah, just in terms of just as good as he can be in the league, probably. Like, top 3 MVP candidate, probably will get one, probably not. That's what I see with him, because, like, you got to think about it. Hey, it's a lot of dudes coming up, because he going to have Luka his whole career, probably. He going to have Tatum his whole career, probably. SGA his whole career. Like, it's not going to be like, you know how motherfuckers be coming in as rookies or be young, and you think, oh, they young, they could possibly be the MVP in the league. And then until you realize Luka only 2 years older. And stuff like
so
that.
He gonna, depending on if Jokic stay healthy, he gonna have at least half his career.
And see stuff like that. So it's like, it's hard to be like, oh yeah, he can be an MVP, the best player in the league. But I definitely can see him be a top 10 player, and then in his best seasons be a top 3, top 5 MVP like candidate.
Bro, you saying when they was talking about he packed him only him, Kobe and LeBron, as far as like having 20, I think it was 30
the playoff
games.
Yeah, the playoff points.
23 or something like that.
You remember I was saying that last year.
He totally disregarded LeBron. He was like, shout out Kobe. And just let the interviewer finish his question. I was like, what?
They probably do that because LeBron's still playing.
That's what somebody had pointed out too. They was like, I don't think they try not to show him respect because they still look at him as a peer versus
Jokic
him being
playing. Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, you said Jokic what though?
Jokic. Oh, he want to hear that. Jokic is 4 for 16. And he's kind of the reason. Oh, MPJ is 0 for 7, and Aaron Gordon is 3 for 8. Damn. That's why the fucking Minnesota losing. But we all said Minnesota could play defense, bro. That's what I was telling somebody else. I said when the Nuggets was smacking on the Timberwolves, that shit was impressive because I think the Timberwolves a good team. When everything is right. But man, I don't know, bro. I feel like if the Nuggets get past Timberwolves, I feel like this was they best matchup. Like if you could build a team to play against the Nuggets, it would be Philly, and I think right there it would be Minnesota because they got bigs, and then they got perimeter guards to play defense. You see, or score. You see what I'm saying? Like if you look at all the teams in the playoffs, the teams that's best built to play Denver is Philly and Minnesota, in my opinion. So I didn't think this was gonna be an easy series like it was looking like it was gonna be, and then now it's not. It looked like it might not be an easy series if Minnesota pull it off. But I don't know if Jokic, man, Jokic his career sunk if they lose to Minnesota, bro. Even though Minnesota a good team, his career gonna be sunk.
I ain't trying to hear they a good team.
So they not. You don't think Minnesota a good team?
Now one person got Minnesota coming out of this. So if Minnesota does somehow come out of this.
No, I'm not saying there's no excuses. I'm not saying it's gonna be an excuse. But I'm saying, man, it's just gonna be sad because there's no excuse. That's what I'm saying. But we're not gonna act like Minnesota ain't got no boys over there, man. They got a 3-time defensive player of the year. They got an all-star Cat and Mike Conley. You know what I'm saying? They got a team. It's just unfortunate if the Nuggets lose. Nigga, like, yeah, y'all lost to the 8th seed. And that's all that history go care about. But this is, it is what it is.
Bro, why can the Suns not finish? Like, what's going on?
See, I ain't watching the Suns game right now.
Why are they struggling against the Clippers?
Clippers, bro, why do we act like the Clippers is a team full of bums, bro? Norman Powell is, bro, this dude is shooting 40, 50, 90. I think he been getting like 25. Like Norman, I've been telling you that. Well, 20. I think he been getting like 20, 21. But remember, I've been telling you all year, right? Who was my pick for 6th man of the year?
Powell.
Norman Powell been cooking all year, bro. And it's like, shit, he been cooking all year, man. And I knew he was going to step up. And Russell Westbrook is still Russell Westbrook. If he got the ball enough, he do some stuff. And, then they got a good bench. Bones Highland can score. Terrence Mann is good. Zubac, a serviceable center. Eric Gordon could be good when he want to be. And we know the Suns ain't got no damn depth. That's why. That's all I'm saying. They ain't supposed to lose.
My only gripe with that is, how do you speak good on Bones Highland, but you hate Jamal Crawford so much?
I don't hate Jamal Crawford.
Bro, when I was speaking on Jamal, anytime I bring up Jamal Crawford and we talking basketball, I can just tell you. I'm like, what do you got against Jamal Crawford? He don't say nothing. He just go out there and play.
I don't got nothing against Jamal Crawford, right? Now, I'm saying you talk about great players, and when you be talking, you don't just talk about regular average players. You be talking about greatness. And this dude top out this dude. Oh, he ain't great. He ain't one. But you got certain players like Vince Carter and Jamal Crawford that you like that ain't won nothing, and they're not great players that you kind of big up. And it's just like, I don't know.
Vince Carter not a winner, but he's definitely a great player.
Oh, yeah. You had him over Klay Thompson, so.
Yeah. I ain't changing that.
That is what I'm saying. You gotta.
Because we done had other instances where you picked players whose resume was not up to par, but their skill level was, and you picked them over the other player whose resume was clearly better.
Give me an example.
I should have brought. That's the thing. I didn't get off topic those other days. I should have just brought it up then, because you said a couple people. I'm looking like, what? They're not even the same ballpark. But I knew why you picked the person over the other person. Vince Carter is clearly better at basketball than Klay Thompson.
No, he's not. You only saying that from an athleticism standpoint, a shot creating standpoint. But it's more to basketball than that, bro. Klay Thompson has been good in the playoffs. Klay Thompson has been good in the playoffs.
He actually performed good in the playoffs, bro.
He's been in a system his whole playoff career.
I don't care about that. How did he
Vince
play?
Carter was in every time in Vince Carter's prime. This is the system that Vince Carter was in. Go out there and get us a dub. They didn't have no actual plays. They didn't have no
Kobe
actual
Bryant was
system.
in a system. Kobe Bryant was in a system. Michael Jordan was in a system. Shaq was in a system.
What system was Kobe in from
the
05
triangle.
and 06? 05 and 06? They didn't have Phil Jackson.
Goodness. And what they win in 05 and 06?
But I'm saying Klay Thompson
has
Steve Kerr has been there other than the 1 year that Mark Jackson coached him in the playoffs. The next following year he had Steve Kerr.
When it comes to Vince Carter, you praise losing. He sucked in the playoffs and he just never was all that, bro. He wasn't good in the playoffs. Klay Thompson was. He got championships. Like, Klay Thompson ain't no goddamn scrub, bro. Klay Thompson way better at his role than Vince Carter was at his role. That boy ain't got out the second round as the number one. He never got out the second round. Why? What makes him so great? He never got a second round in his role, and he should have. That's my whole thing. You praising Vince Carter like he really done did something in the league. Highlights. You can provide a lot of highlights.
Context is always key, I see.
It's not, bro. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. Vince Carter ain't did half as much as Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson had higher point games in his career.
It's easy to do that when you got space on the court.
Bro. You excuses.
Name me the teams where Vince Carter had space to operate like Klay did. Name me just one team. It can just be a season. Name me one season.
Klay Thompson was the space, man. What are you talking about?
Klay Thompson was the space. KD wasn't the space.
Oh my goodness. When you can shoot, you can shoot. You don't need spacing as a shooter. You need spacing as a driver. Just because Vince Carter
needs spacing as a shot creator. I can't create a shot if I don't got space on the court. That makes it easy for them to just easily double team.
Klay Thompson was a shooter. Klay Thompson was a shooter. He didn't.
Vince Carter wasn't a shooter.
He just needed to get the ball.
Vince Carter wasn't a shooter.
You just said he was a shot creator.
He's both.
Oh my goodness, bro. You trying to say he didn't have no space? What they got to do with Klay Thompson? What does space have to do with Klay Thompson? That's what I'm saying.
You just said he went crazy. Like you was talking about how he went crazy scoring.
Because he was shooting the ball. He didn't need no space. He needed the ball.
You do need space to. Okay, DJ.
Right? What, bro? No, I ain't going for that. You talking about Vince Carter never, bro? I ain't trying to. You talk about, oh, you bringing up excuses for this, excuses for that. But when I bring up Vince Carter, a nigga who never made that the second round is the first option, compared to the second option on a dynasty for at least 2 of those 4 championships, you be like, oh well,
that
he ain't better
was
at
not
basketball.
The second option on 2 of those. He's a second option on 1 championship. Stop trying to big him up more than what he was. In that last championship, he was definitely not the second option. Andrew Wiggins was.
Andrew Wiggins wasn't getting more shots up than Klay. And Klay, bro, I'm finna. You be talking out your gourd, boy.
If you think Andrew, who was more impactful?
He was the second best player. I said option. Option means how many shots you get. First option get the first most shots. Second option get the second most shots.
Just because you get more shots, does not mean you making more shots.
But he still was the second option on a championship team, bro. Twice.
And looked terrible.
He didn't look. Here you go with the cap. Here you go with the cap.
Bro,
so we gonna act like
when we was watching it live, you said, bro, is it just me or is Klay just shooting the ball too much? He wasn't making shots.
He wasn't himself. He was 43% from the field and 39% from 3. That's still good.
That is terrible. 43% from the 3, from the field. Kobe got crucified for that. And now you about to sit here and try to say that was good for Klay Thompson?
I said it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But so, when you got Klay Thompson getting rings.
Hold on a second, bro. DJ, because you literally said that Kobe used to struggle with inefficiency. Call other people out for that same thing. Don't say don't say it was bad. No, say it was terrible. Just how you said that. No, I want you to
43% and 39% is not terrible, bro. That's what I'm telling
he
you.
was good from the three, but he was good. He was bad everywhere else on the field. That's nasty.
He's taking 9 threes though, and he was good from the three. Out of his 17
That's
shots,
the
he's
only
taking
thing he
9
was
threes.
hitting. That's the only
and he's
thing he
30
was hitting.
That's the shots he's taking the most. The only shots he was hitting was the shots he was taking the most. Why that don't sound bad, bro. Golly, cooking you. I will forever cook you on Klay Thompson versus Vince Carter. Cook. Like, it's no debate for real, bro. Vince Carter ain't did nothing. Like, what can you say? What can you say? It looked better. That's all you. That's basically what you're saying. He had a deeper bag. He had a deeper bag, right?
Man, like I said, in that finals, Klay Thompson was terrible. You trying to save FaZe.
I said the playoffs.
And I said the finals. He was not the second option in that finals. Shooting 35 and 35. Trash. Dumpster juice.
And how many finals? Oh, never mind.
Him and Andrew Wiggins shot the same amount of shots.
So he's tied for the second option. My bad. On a championship team.
Andrew Wiggins out there looking like a true two-way.
But
Klay Thompson out there looking like he was dragging his legs.
Oh, so we gonna act like Klay Thompson didn't have them good moments on Jaylen Brown now where he was locking him up. See, you be fake, bro.
And we're gonna act like Wiggins wasn't switching on. We're gonna act like Wiggins wasn't switching back and forth on Tatum and Brown all game.
Right now, this is what I'm saying. Klay Thompson has gotten it done. And Klay Thompson stats is just as good as Vince Carter's, bro. I think he's the better player. I'd rather have Klay Thompson as my second option than Vince Carter. Period. If you think otherwise, that's on you. But man, we gotta wrap this up, man. But you I don't know, man. Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up? Because we already at the 2 hours plus mark.
Only thing I would like to add though is I would have loved to see Klay in those situations that Vince Carter was. That's the only thing I would. That's my last closing statement. Because I guarantee you one thing.
You put Klay Thompson next to Richard Jefferson, bro. You fake. You put Klay Thompson next to Richard Jefferson and Jason.
You're gonna see him do the same thing Vince Carter was doing, getting out the what's called second round.
Man,
you put Vince Carter in his prime on them Golden State teams.
He's not a better playoff performer than Klay Thompson. That's what I'm saying. I don't get why you keep saying that shit, man. He's not a better playoff performer.
If he played with Steph and KD, he wouldn't have to be number one option. That's what you're not understanding. He could diminish his role then.
I like how you just keep bringing up KD like he wasn't winning before then, but okay.
They only won one before him, so.
And how many championships they go to? And didn't they have the best regular season record ever? Like, quit acting like, come on, bro, without KD.
Okay, lose a 3-1 lead with him on. Didn't they lose a 3-1 lead with him on the team?
Where they lose that 3-1 lead at?
A 3-1 lead.
Where in the finals? Oh, yeah, you bring up somebody who ain't never been to a conference finals.
But wasn't that on Klay's watch? The same guy you've been glorifying.
What did Vince Carter? He got 4 championships. Vince Carter ain't did nothing. He ain't had the regular season games Klay had. He ain't had the postseason games Klay had. Like, I don't know what you talking about.
He had the regular season games.
He's never scored as many points as Klay Thompson scored, bro. in the regular season or the postseason. Klay Thompson had higher point games in both. That's individual. That's what I'm saying. You can do all that. Just say you like him more, man.
Oh well, points wise, everything else career wise, he got him beaten. Rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. He got him beaten. So yeah, you got me in one of the stat things, but you forget. Only two guard that's ahead of Vince Carter in blocks is MJ. Not D Wade, not Kobe, only MJ.
Whoop-de-doo. Never made an all defense team. Klay has.
And that's crazy
Never-
when you look at that stat.
Never
you
won a
think about,
championship.
D Wade and Kobe has defensive teams. MJ has defensive teams. Vince Carter's only like 2 blocks behind MJ all the time. No defense teams. Something shady about that.
Man. Sound like he just getting blocks like Ja. Ja get a lot of blocks. So it is what it is, man.
We'll see if he finished with almost 900 blocks in his career.
Bro,
crazy.
if that's what you're going off of instead of the championships, that's nasty work.
He's on a championship team. You can't name me one team that Vince Carter played on that was a championship team. You never looked at the Nets.
Years before New Jersey Nets, they wouldn't get to the finals.
No, we ain't doing that because
they lost to the second round compared to getting to the finals in a terrible East, bro.
He was at New Jersey when Boston was forming that big three. When Orlando had a solid team, when Atlanta had a solid team, when what's it called? When LeBron was there, when when the Heat was winning championships. So
bro, I told you.
He wasn't.
LeBron's
No, you're
NBA
thinking about
finals.
Jason Kidd's Nets. When Vince Carter got there, the East was slowly shifting to
no, it wasn't.
a way better.
I just
East
told you
than
that same year. LeBron was 22 years old. He got to a finals. He pushed through that damn East, bro. I told you he had Antoine Jameson, no Gilbert Arenas, Caron Butler in the first round against the Wizards. In the second round, he had the best team he played against was that Nets team with Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Vince Carter, and those dudes. Then he played that old Detroit Pistons team. That's what I'm saying. That's the year Vince Carter was picked to make it to the finals. LeBron wasn't picked to make it to the finals. Well, he was picked to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals against Detroit. LeBron wasn't picked to make it there. That was an upset. When Vince Carter and the Nets lost to LeBron, it was an upset, Raynard. And you throwing it under the rug. He should have won that series. They was the better team. They had just came off 2 finals runs the years before. I'm not trying to hear that. Everybody thought this was gonna be a good thing. Vince Carter going to New Jersey. They thought that was gonna put them over the hump. You acting fake right now, bro. He didn't get it done. Just say he didn't get it done. He didn't get it done.
I don't see how you can even sit here with a straight face and think that was the same Nets team.
Raynard, they were picked to beat the Cavaliers. Everybody thought they were going to beat the Cavaliers.
Can you name anybody on their roster outside of Vince Carter, Rich Jefferson, and Kidd?
Can you name anybody on the Cavaliers roster? The Cavaliers roster was worse. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to hear. Don't talk about rosters when the roster that he lost to was worse.
So you agree?
The roster LeBron had was worse than the roster Vince Carter had.
So LeBron had a terrible roster, is what you're telling me?
It wasn't a terrible roster. It wasn't as good as the Nets roster. It was good enough to get to a finals.
I psyched you out. I set this all up just to bring it back full circle. LeBron didn't have no help.
What? What? You a nasty dude, right? You a nasty dude. We talking about Vince Carter, Klay Thompson, and he trying to find a point from an older argument. That's nasty.
It was never about Vince Carter versus Klay Thompson.
I'll let you say that. But come on now, I cooked you. It's all good. And we try to throw in the LeBron, the LeBron debate. Nah.
Nah, but on all serious note, I done asked some people that done played basketball, that's basketball fans. Majority of people taking Vince Carter. You can say all the other stuff. They not trying to hear that. They taking Vince Carter. That's what it is.
And you can have them. Y'all can have them. I don't care who everybody's taking. I'm me.
Like you're looking at their career. People looking at, okay, if they was in a game versus each other, who is cooking who? Vince Carter is more likely to cook Klay Thompson than Klay Thompson is to cook Vince Carter in a one-on-one.
Why? You talking about one, bro? Basketball is a team sport, bro. Like we not talking about one-on-one, bro. Vince Carter, a better athlete. What was
one of Vince Carter's strongest things in basketball? Scoring in one-on-one matches, right?
Raynard, what do you play basketball for in the NBA?
To win championships.
And who was better suited to do that at the two-guard position?
The Warriors.
Bro, you so good. This is nasty, bro. You bringing up the bag debate that people be talking about. He got a bigger bag. That's all you saying. He's more flashy. He can do more with the ball in his hand.
The only thing he was more flashy at was dunks. Vince Carter wasn't no flashy player. He was a flashy dunker.
But I'm saying, you just saying that because what he could do on the ball. But I'm saying, why?
We've seen games of Vince Carter going, actually holding his own against Kobe Bryant.
Oh my, here we go, bro. This is not about
hold
Kobe.
His own against T-Mac. We seen him hold his own against Paul Pierce. We seen him hold his own against other great players. And you trying to sit here and make it seem like, oh, well, Vince Carter ain't got no playoff success, so he's just a complete bum now. Like, what? You're trying to make Klay Thompson greater than what he is because he got them rings. That's what you trying to do.
Don't rings make you great? Don't your resume make you great? What the hell are you talking about? What makes somebody great?
What other accolades does he have other than rings? Some All-Star appearances? A few defensive teams? A few. What
does Vince Carter got? What does Vince Carter got?
No, I'm saying you keep on bringing up resumes like Klay Thompson got the most impressive resume you ever seen or something.
I'm comparing it to Vince Carter's resume. That's my see. This what I'm talking about with you. You get to bringing up Kobe. You get to bringing up these other dudes. I'm bringing up Vince Carter and Klay Thompson. What does Vince Carter have on his resume?
I brought up who Vince Carter has held his own against.
So you're praising losing because you say he holding his own, but what is they doing? He ain't did nothing holding his own. How can you say he holding his own, but he ain't won nothing? What's holding your own mean? Look decent in losses?
He actually won in some of those games, but
man, some of those okay. But all right, man, I'll have to get off.